Welcome back to My State Bank Arena. It's halftime. It's a 7-point game. Copes, we just heard defend the island what Scott Ross talking about. If you haven't been in this venue, you don't really understand what it really means. This place is nuts. Aging like a fine wine, I must say so myself. They have all the TV Summer League highlights of all the big stars. 2009, there's actually a lot of highlights of you setting picks for Steph Curry playing the 4. What are your memories of that?
You were just telling me you were the one that dropped 25 here.
When you're building a team, and we looked at this roster and we see the talents on display, a lot of people expected there to be a lot of struggles early, but you started the season really well, so just to deal with that, there's obviously a lot going on, but I imagine it's a lot harder because you've won 2 and everyone's expecting you to win a 3rd.
This is the most, I'm not saying animated we've seen you, but a couple of games this season. I want to go back to the Adelaide one. A couple of fans courtside had a few things to say, I believe, and then you were chirping back to the Phoenix.
Yeah, I love to respond if there's somebody chirping, and I just think, you know, the way the season had been for us as a team, me individually, a lot of pent-up emotion. So when people were giving me a reason to express how I can get, I just took advantage of that opportunity.
I also want to see from Perth, though, with no Bryce Cotton, other players step up because, albeit other than the 7.5 minutes in that 4th quarter against Cairns, they lost a couple of games at home before that. They didn't look great against Illawarra. We understand there's not a whole lot to play for, but they're not going into this postseason playing the best basketball like we saw after that slow start, right? So now Bryce is out. Who's going to step up? Because, again, if they do match up with Illawarra somehow in a semi-final series, they've been trying to take Bryce out. Other players feel good about themselves after tonight's game. That can go a long way to helping this.
Mate, so happy to be back, so excited. Actually, I've got a bit of nightmares walking back next to you here because I think it was one of my last games before I retired. You stole my cookies full court. I got dragged immediately after, and then I retired. But no, it's great. 12,000, the Red Army's in full voice, and they've got big expectations for this team this year.
That right there is a very good-looking blackboard shot chart. That is very pretty.
That's a man who knows what he does, and he's doing it at a very high level.
This is finals basketball, baby. This is what it's all about, so don't go anywhere. With 20 minutes to go down here in Hobart at My State Bank Arena, the Jackies fans are getting up and about. We've seen a little bit of action on the court, a little bit extracurricular. I'm looking forward to the 3rd quarter about to kick off after this.
I know why you're smiling. We turn the camera around. We talk about Boomers Camp. Matisse Thibault is here. Portland Trailblazer as well. You're about to go into Boomers Camp with Matisse. You're excited about putting back on the green and gold?
I'm definitely excited. It's always a fun environment. Yeah, it's always fun being around these kind of guys.
He said he didn't want to have a chat, but I'm going to ask him a question. Matisse, give us a comment on Duop Reed's game because it's his 2nd strong performance. He did try to get the double-double and someone snatched it out of his hands.
Well, what I told Duop after the game was that it would have been a 10 out of a 10, but there was this one transition play where he tried to get someone else to take the ball, and instead of taking the ball, he gave up a fast break layup, and yeah, that was one my main criticism of the game. But other than that, he did a great job.
Who has more to play for? That's what that guy kind of looked like in the Brisbane Bullets. They're trying to fight to get in the play-in, but also play their best basketball at that time. And Adelaide 36ers, yes, mathematically, I believe they could have still made it before that game, but you can clearly see here, as we look at the Mitsubishi Motors ladder, there's still a little bit of movement to go because as it stands, the reigning champs are not playing postseason basketball, but there's still some games to shake out for them. And it is a beautiful day down here in Hobart. The sun is shining, but the Jack Jumpers faithful have turned out. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this one is going to go. But you've got a hungry team and you've got a home team that are really inspired by these beautiful jerseys they're going to be rocking.
12 months ago, if we were sitting here and I told you took a team that was anchored to the bottom of the ladder, they finished top 4, you're a finalist for the Coach of the Year, would you believe me?
No, not at all. Not at all. 12 months, I was denied coming all the way out here in Australia to coach. You know, I was really working on being a consultant, and I was persuaded how beautiful this country is and how tough the league to give it a try.